Attention, good morning, Vietnam!
Yeah, just all shot all sorts of the hell. That was great.
You're
I like
welcome.
that. Yeah.
Hey, we got to keep this one off with the last
Yeah,
one, buddy. We
the
got to go
last
off with a
one.
bang.
Bang! Anyways.
Hey, that bitch picked up on all 3 microphones. I
Hey.
apologize to everybody's ears and car audio.
Yeah, and neighbors.
Well, my neighbors can't hear. One of them.
Anyways.
So, as y'all can tell by the title, well, first off, hi. I'm your host,
A little bit of a
Tyler T-Box.
bittersweet Kevin Divot. A little bit of a bittersweet episode.
This is it.
Yeah, this is
It's over.
This is
Done.
the last episode of Backing Bogeys podcast.
The whole enchilada. It's done.
Great
5
Timmy's.
at the bend.
Yeah,
5 whopping episodes.
yeah. But
I want to cry.
it's been fun.
It's been great.
Backing Bogeys podcast has been fantastic.
Name could have been better, but you know, it was kind of, we were on a limb, and it was kind of last minute actually, to be honest, because we were talking about doing a podcast, and then it was just like, hey, we're filming the first podcast.
Yeah, what are we naming this?
Yeah.
What do we put it on Spotify as? I don't know. Golf.
Yeah, just golf. I'm pretty sure that's taken.
Golf.
Yeah, by the Golf Channel Network. Oh, that's all sorts of trademark. Edit that out, Tyler. Thank you.
What?
So, I mean, what do we? I mean, we got to go out with a bang here, right? I mean,
Want me to do it again?
well, I mean, what better way than to say that we might have a chance of YouTube Masters?
Oh, right.
Why not talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, the email we got.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stipulations involved as far as subscribers, views per video, stuff like that. If we're talking realistically, it would not be something that would happen this year. But
Not at the rate that we're going at.
no. But future Backing Bogeys, YouTube, I mean, there's a chance next year. I mean, it's a goal that we're aiming for. I mean, I think that would be great. We both need to step our game up because we both play like shit. But
I mean, those shots were fired. And,
you know, it is what it is.
But I'll take it. I'm a big target. I got it. Oh, no, please continue with the absolute trash talking. Y'all might have thought that was innocent, but I knew. I know what that was.
But yeah, so I mean, there's definitely more goals, like we had talked about in previous Backing Bogeys podcasts.
So to reiterate, based on piggybacking off of what you said, we got an email probably about a week ago, roughly, saying that our channel has been looked at, and we don't meet the criteria yet. We meet the criteria, as in we are a golf YouTube channel.
Yeah, we got one of it.
that is we play the game the right way. We're not a YouTube channel going out there tearing up golf courses and doing stuff just for views. We're playing golf. We're competitive about it. We're having fun doing it. We're bringing light to the game. So that's about the only criteria we meet. We need to get our subscribers up, which I don't know the exact number. All of us said that we need to get our subscribers up, and our views need to be a little bit higher. Now, piggybacking off of that, I don't know what's happened, but one of our videos is hit.
I think the last time I checked, the how to arrange your golf bag, out of all videos, how to arrange your golf bag has, I think, 664 views the last time I looked.
I checked it this morning. It was at 714.
Jesus Christ. What?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, 714. And that's, now granted, we've had some big hits on some of our shorts. We have a couple shorts that are over 1,000. There's one over 5K.
Some of our first TikToks, all of those immediately
700-800 views.
Yeah, I mean, within a couple of days.
But this is our first full-length video. That's not a short.
Dude, if we break 1,000, that's going to be incredible. I mean,
that's a huge milestone for us.
Yeah.
Now, for a lot of people that are already
under 50 subscribers, you're going to break,
1,000 views. I mean, that's phenomenal.
I mean, that just goes to show that, not that we've been slacking, but I know I was staring off like I had the 1,000-yard stare out the door, like flashbacks. But I mean, it just goes to show that we can start coming up with more creative content.
Mm-hmm.
I had talked to you about. I think I talked to you about it. As far as like a new content idea, there is and I'm not going to say the name or anything because I don't want, whatever, but it adds on Facebook. It's a deck of playing cards. I haven't talked to you about it.
You have talked to me.
It's a deck of playing cards, and you pull a card, and it's basically...
It's a game.
Yeah.
It's a game in the game.
It's, you're putting with your driver, one club all, the whole hole, just different challenges to make the game a little more unique.
Basically Wheel of Misfortune, but in a deck of cards.
Yeah. So I've also even kind of tossed around, like we could play like, oh my God, what is it called? Like how they play 5-card draw poker through a golf round. You know what I mean?
I haven't seen that. I had to look into that.
Yeah, it's like if you 1-putt, you get a card. You 2-putt, you get nothing. 3-putt, like it's 3-putt poker is what it's called. Look up 3-putt poker.
Okay.
But there's a lot of different games I've kind of looked into that we could kind of, I don't know, kind of bounce around the idea of maybe doing one time.
Okay.
But yeah, sorry, I'm kind of trailing off, but. So those episodes or those videos that are getting that amount of views and we are sub 50 subscribers, it just goes to show that maybe we need to start, and not that we've been slacking, but our schedules haven't lined up. I was sick there for a little bit. You were sick there for a little bit. It's just been kind of hectic here recently. So now that we're ramping up nicer weather, I think it's a good time for us to really start grinding out some new content.
100%. And I feel like this could be a good opportunity for us, especially if we can get invited and go to something like this, because this is if it's over in England, there ain't no telling what courses it could be. It could be anything over there in Europe.
Oh, dude, yeah.
With that being said, so any of our friends, family that follow us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube, just hit that share button. Get it out to some of your friends that might be interested in golf. Give us some love so that way we can get those subscriber numbers up. So that way we can have a chance of going and sharing this experience with everybody.
Yeah.
That's all we ask. Just give us a share.
Yeah.
Give us a like, give us a subscribe. Just give us some love. Really, is what it comes down to. I mean, yeah, spread, share, love, like butter. But I mean, we're gonna kind of wrap this up. It's bittersweet because it's the last Backing Bogeys podcast. But with that being said,
huge butt.
Yeah, Yeah,
so huge
I know you're a big butt fan. So
yeah, so huge butt. Last Backing Bogeys podcast episode, and it's bittersweet because Backing Bogeys podcast was the original. We started it, but this will be the last episode of Backing Bogeys podcast. But the next episode that you will be seeing coming out, we will have a special guest on the channel, and we are switching over to No Back Talk. We think Tyler came up with the name. I mean, he literally texted me one day while we were at work. We were both working, and he's like, "What do you think of No Back Talk or Back Talk?" And I was like, "I fucking love it. Like, it's it's catchy. I like it. I came up with, I think I shot you the idea of like the name for Backing Bogeys, and then you got Bogey Nation and Back Talk, No Back Talk. So we're creatively like trying to get all of the naming and everything together, because once we do start doing some branded merchandise, we want to be able to accommodate that with, maybe catchier slogans and stuff like that. Or, if we're going to do apparel and stuff like that in the future, like we talked about, we want to have set ideas and we don't want to keep changing. So that is going to be the official name of the podcast moving on, is No Back Talk. Yep.
And so on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify and anywhere you can get your podcast, it's going to be No Back Talk, a Backing Bogeys podcast. Is going to be the official name of the podcast.
I love it.
So it's still going to have our name. So if you still look up a Backing Bogeys on podcast, it'll still pop up. But the new name of the podcast will be No Back Talk, and it's going to be the same like we do now. Maybe a little less golf talk, a little bit more extra stuff. And that's the main reason behind the name changes, because we have so many other hobbies and so many other things that we're interested in. And by it being called the Backing Bogeys podcast, I feel like it kind of limits us, because people come in and click on that anticipating a golf podcast. And I don't want to let anybody down on that.
And the pressure on, and not to be like, oh, the pressure on us, because we do it because we enjoy it. But it's like, oh, we go out and play a round of golf and then come back and all we have to talk about is, okay, how we did, what we could have done better. And then we kind of bounced the ideas around of, and we kind of flirted with the idea in some of the previous podcasts that, oh, well, maybe we'll do some airsoft footage, softball training we've been talking about and stuff like that. So not that, the name, like you said, not that it technically limits us, but we don't want anyone coming in and thinking it's just primarily and solely golf. I mean, we do a lot outside of golfing, like we've told you before, and that's kind of the point of the podcast, is so you get a little glimpse into our life and our kind of everyday adventure outside of just us on the course. I mean, obviously, we're still going to talk golf. I mean, that's, our big hobby. I mean, as far as like backing Bogeys podcast, how that went, of course, thank you all for tuning in so far and being with us this long.
The last episode actually had the most downloads yet. Now, granted, it's no big number. It was only, I think it's up to 19, but that's still the most downloads.
You got to start somewhere, man.
So hopefully those numbers continue to rise. And I'm really looking forward to the new podcast. So, I mean, with that, I guess we'll sign off for the last time. Tyler T-Box.
Kevin Divitz.
And we'll see y'all in the next T-Box.